Good morning, sir. Good morning, Miss Umay.
Good
Good
morning,
morning,
sir.
sir.
Good morning,
Good
sir.
morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Umay.
Good morning, Miss.
Good morning, Miss Umay.
Good morning, everyone. All the best.
Good morning, Madam Severina.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning,
All the best.
Madam.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, Madam.
Good morning, madam. Morning, madam.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning,
Good
Madam.
morning, madam.
All the best, ya.
Good morning, Madam. Yes, Madam. Good morning, Madam Zul.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to Event Management Webinar, The Impact of COVID-19 Towards Travel Content Creator and Travel Ecosystem. My name is Muhammad Iqbal and my partner, Michelle Sandut, will be your moderator for today.
Before we begin, allow us to provide a little bit of housekeeping. We would like to disclose the rules and regulation or ethic for today's webinar. First, participants are required to log in using your full name.
Second, to avoid any unwanted background noises that can disturb other participants, please to ensure you mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Next, the timekeeper will use raise hand sign one time to inform speaker that they have 10 minutes left before the slot ends, and twice for the remaining 5 minutes before proceed to Q&A sessions.
Fourth, we suggest all participants here to turn on their cameras during the event. If you have any question, you may address it by using the chat box, and the organizer will record this webinar session for future reference. Please comply to this ethic and regulation throughout the webinar. We appreciate your attention and cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start, we would like to invite Mr. Andi Muhammad Akram to lead the dua recitation. Allow us to invite Mr. Andi Muhammad Akram.
Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wasahbihi ajmain. Allahumma innaka khalaqul azim, innaka samiun alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim, innakal barul juwadul karim. Ya Allah, Engkaulah yang mempunyai segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kesyukuran, Engkaulah yang memiliki segala pemerintahan. Di tangan Engkau segala kebajikan dan kepada Engkau kembali segala urusan. Allahumma ya Karimu ya Rahim, cucurilah rahmat dan rahimmu ke atas majlis the impacts of COVID-19 towards travel content creator and travel ecosystem yang diadakan pada hari ini. Berkatilah ia dari awal hingga akhirnya. Ya fa'alul lima yurid, kami juga memohon perlindungan darimu segala perkara yang boleh mencacat celakan majlis kami dan daripada segala perkara yang melalaikan kami dari berbuat taat kepadamu. Kepadamu jua kami berserah segala urusan kami. Rabbana alaika tawakkalna wa alaika anabna wa ilaika masir. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin, amin, ya Rabbal Alamin. Thank you, Mr. Andi, for the dua recitations. We pray that our webinar today blessed with barakah and rahmah from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala with all His mercy.
Before we proceed, allow us to explain about our event agenda for today. First, we will have two slots, begins with the impact of COVID-19 toward travel content creator. After that, we will proceed to slot 2, which travel and tourism ecosystem during pandemic. Then we will have a summary speech and closing remarks from our events leader and advisor. Not to forget, for interesting part, we will have exciting game, which is Let's Kahoot and Grand Lucky Draw. So make sure to stay tuned until the end of session.
Before we start, let us watch our montage video that have been prepared by multimedia teams. Let's loosen up a little bit and enjoy. Thank you, multimedia team, for the great video.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our event management webinar. I would like to extend our warm welcome to our guest of honor, Madam Silverina Annabel Kibat, Head Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management. Speaker of the day, Mr. Muhammad Ashif bin Muhammad Jelani and Miss Lily Riani. Not to forget our beloved advisor for this event, Sir Alvin Gatu, lecturers and all the participants.
On behalf of the committee members, I would like to express our thanks in attending today's webinar with us. To this extent, we would like to announce that there will be exciting games and grand lucky draw for the winners to stand a chance to win the prizes. Stay with us till the end of the program.
Before we start the session, allow me to brief a little bit background. Our first speaker, Mr. Muhammad Ashif bin Muhammad Jelani, he is content creator and before becoming a travel journalist at Gaya Travel magazine, he was already a writer with our 4 novels published under his pen name, Ashif Amshari, three of which published during when he was in secondary school and making him one of the youngest novel writers in Malaysia. Then he pursued his study in Foundation in TESOL in UiTM Lendu and Bachelor Mass of Communication Journalism in UiTM Shah Alam. He managed to obtain first-class degree, Vice Chancellor Awards and Best Student for Journalism that year in 2018. And now he also on his own website on www.ashifamshari.com, which is shared travel story in Bahasa. Moreover, since young age, he has been featured in many programs, TV, radio shows, and academic events as a speaker to share his experience as a writer. And that's amazing. Without wasting our time, please welcome our first speaker, Mr. Muhammad Ashif.
Thank you so much, Iqbal. Thank you so much, Michelle, for the introduction. And hi and good morning to Sir Alvin Gatu and as well as Madam Silverina and all the committee members and all who is watching currently. And
Good morning.
good morning. All right. Let me start my presentation first. Alright, so today we'll be talking about the impact of COVID-19 towards travel content creator, and as Michelle has introduced me before, so my name is Hasif, Muhammad Hasif bin Muhammad Jelani, but some people call me, know me by the name Hasif Hamshari, and I'm 26 years old, and my birthplace is Melaka, and I'm currently working as a digital writer as well as content creator at Gaya Travel magazine. It's been 4 years already in the industry, and before that I did my internship with Gaya Travel before I was offered to work as a permanent journalist at Gaya Travel magazine. And that's basically it, because the other things has already been mentioned by Michelle just now. Alright, so during my slideshow I will also have a few games kalau sempat, yang mana we will be having I will choose one of you to choose one of the 3 pictures that is on my slide. They are on my slide, so that I will tell more about the story behind the picture. All right. Okay. So to get started, let's talk about Gaya Travel magazine. So Gaya Travel magazine is actually a 132-page quarterly travel magazine that is fully in English. And we already 16 years in the industry, and only last year we actually published 2 issues because of the pandemic, and probably we will be having 3 issues this year, but that depends on the situation as well lah, kan? We actually focus 50% on local contents, and local destinations, as well as 50% on international destinations. But only on 16.1 that we actually having it fully, the contents are fully local. So it's because we cannot go travel, we cannot go out, right? And our magazine is still actually available in printed version. That is, we distribute it through MPH distributors, and you can also buy this magazine at the shop at Shopee, right? And then what more? We also have digital version that you guys can read it online, go through online, which is at www.issuu.com/Gaya Travel Magazine, and that is completely free for now during the time being lah. And our office is currently located at Jalan Kelang Lama. And just to mention a few, we've won a few awards before, and among them is Best Publication Local and Best Tourism Article Local English for MTA or Malaysia Tourism Awards 14, 15, as well as Best Tourism Magazine Local 13 and 12, 13. So that's basically some of the awards we've won before. And as you can see on the slide right now, you guys can also browse our contents on www.gayatravel.com.my, as well as go through our social media such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Gaya Travel, where we share a lot of travel contents that can inspire you to travel more, even though that is quite hard during this time, but at least we want to keep your wanderlust alive, right? So please feel free to browse our social media and websites, as well as videos on our YouTube account, which is Gaya Travel My. Right. Okay, let's start our first session. So this is basically 3 of my travel pictures lah. So maybe one of you can raise your hand to if you want to choose one of these. Is there any one of you who want to choose the photo? Alright. Okay, then I'll choose one. Alright. Okay. I'll choose. Okay, there's Nurain Fatiha just now. Nurain, may I know which picture you would like to choose? A, B, C.
I would like to choose B.
B. That one is in Turkey. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I forgot to mention that actually, if you are lucky, then you will get a video as well shown. But B, it doesn't have any videos. Yeah, so it's okay lah. I'll tell more about this photo. Okay, so it's actually at Tasik Halil Rahman in Sanliurfa, Turkey. If you guys watched Jejak Rasul last year, I think they covered this place before. So it is renowned as the place where Prophet Abraham or Nabi Ibrahim alaihi salam was thrown into the fire ataupun api itu kan. Ingat dalam sejarah Islam, yang mana Nabi Ibrahim dicampakkan ke dalam api. So ini adalah tempatnya di mana Nabi Ibrahim dicampakkan ke dalam api oleh King Nimrod, Raja Nimrod, for rejecting idol worship. So the story goes that the fire got cool, and then api itu menjadi sejuk, dan penduduk setempat percaya yang api itu menjadi air. So itulah Tasik Halilur Rahman dalam gambar ni. Alright, dan dia orang kata juga selain tasik tu menjadi air, the embers ataupun percikan-percikan api tu menjadi ikan yang dapat dilihat dalam kolam tu. Memang banyak sangat ikan dan semuanya saiz yang besar-besar. Okay, and that's why this place Halilur Rahman, Tasik Halilur Rahman in Sanliurfa ni is considered sacred among the locals, and it is in the southern Anatolia of Turkey, which is usually not many Malaysians would go there because it's very remote. Okay, so that's basically it. Harap ada info yang korang dapat juga. Okay, next up we are talking about we are talking about what's fun being a travel content creator before we go further or during the pandemic kan. So I want to introduce you what is actually travel content creator, but we start with the fun thing first. Fun part first. Alright. First thing is, of course, we got to travel a lot actually during the good old times like that, and mostly are sponsored, and sometimes in certain cases it's actually paid, meaning we don't have to spend our own money, we actually get paid to travel. So that's one thing that is very fun, right? And then when we are talking about sponsored, of course it includes transport, accommodations, and foods, all covered. And then I'm also talking not only about local destinations, we are also talking about international destinations, Japan, Korea, I don't know, you name it, everywhere in the world basically, alright? And when we are traveling, we actually have this curated itinerary just meant for us because we are media, right? Media people. So we have to experience more products, and that's why we have this well-curated itinerary so that we can experience as many products as we can during that travel period. And then what's interesting because what's fun to me because sometimes I mean we as travel journalists, travel content creator can travel to places that is off the beaten path. So that's why I think it's interesting because sometimes we never know about such places. Do you know that my first foreign destination in Indonesia is not Bali or Jakarta, but it's actually in Toraja. It's in Sulawesi, which the place that having one of the bizarre funerals in the world, funeral customs in the world. So that's why I think before that I never heard about this place. But when I go there and seeing things like this, it's very open up my mind and giving me such a wider view of the perspective of life. Okay, and of course when we get to travel sometimes by chance or the probability of us getting to places that is on our bucket list is there as well. So let's say you want to go to Maldives, let's say kan, tiba dapat invitation daripada Maldives tourism untuk cover tempat orang. So basically kita dah cover, kita dah tick off our bucket list kan. So that is fun part yang I rasa macam yes memang it's fun being travel content creator. Tapi itu baru fun part. Kejap lagi termasuk yang not so fun lah kan. So the second one is learn new things. Okay, so as I've said before lah kan, bila kita pergi ke tempat yang baru kita tak tahu, that's why kita akan tahu lebih banyak benda dan jumpa dengan ramai orang yang sebenarnya akan membuka lebih mata kita tentang dunia luar. Sebab kita taklah terkongkong dengan apa yang kita ada sahaja kan, sebab kita melihat dunia luar juga. And then travel content creator itself is from creative word kan, so meaning create. So we are in this creative industry, so we are allowed to be as creative as we can, as long as we stick to the ethics and regulation and whatnot. But in a way, it also allows us to be expressive. Sometimes when we go to places, right, although we have this planned itinerary or planned deliverables that we are going to deliver, sometimes when we got there, we got extra view or extra perspective of what we are going to be experienced, and sometimes more than what we expected. So that's why when we're there, we tend to feel eager or enthusiastic to explore more. And then when we got more things, more content, of course we will produce more videos, more articles and short videos, doing live updates and whatnot. And I think this is all very enjoyable as me as a content creator. And the next part is share experience. Of course, it is undescribable satisfaction for a writer, for a journalist, because as writer, of course, we want to deliver message, to deliver information, to share our experience with people. And that is, I think, what's fun about being a travel journalist. And then it is much more, satisfying when client got satisfied with our work, as well as readers got inspired, and then they got knowledge, sometimes new knowledge that they never heard before. So all these things actually led to what made me thinking, what's fun being a travel content creator juga. And then the next one is meet new people. Of course, we are talking about traveling and journalism is also about talking to a lot of people. And then we met a lot of people along the way. It's not only about PR friends or media friends or industry players, but we also talking about friendly locals yang sometimes can be friends juga. That's why sometimes bila kita pergi trip untuk kerja ni kan, we call it familiarization trip or media trip sometimes. So bila kita jumpa dengan orang-orang lokal ni, somehow I rasa macam I pergi survey dulu tempat tu before I pergi on my own after that kan. So bila kita pergi waktu kerja ni lah, kita akan dapat kontak-kontak daripada orang-orang setempat, daripada PR, hotel, resort dan sebagainya, theme park lah. And then orang-orang lokal yang boleh membantu kita untuk pergi ke next trip kan. Sebenarnya kita dapat membina connection. It's a way, bukanlah if we are taking advantage, but in a way we are being smart and also being truthful lah kan, sincere to get to know other persons or locals. Okay, let's move on to the what's not so fun part of being a travel content creator. Right, so The first thing is, of course, the workload. We are talking about journalism here, journalists. Of course, we cannot avoid from chasing deadlines, and it's quite stressful because banyak kerja yang kita kena fikirkan. Dalam masa yang sama kita kena siapkan, kena kejar juga deadline tu. But I'm lucky enough lah sebab our team is quite small, so we can have a very direct discussion with our editors in chief, as well as asking help from our colleagues to help us on certain things, right? And as a digital writer or content creator, I have no other choice but to do multitasking most of the time. That includes doing write-ups, write articles, then produce videos, and then taking photos. Have to do the social media posts, schedule it, and then doing voiceover. Right now we are having contents, we call it Gaya Reels on Instagram, that we do short videos like 30 seconds like that on TikTok, on Reels, on Facebook, and all platforms. That basically me being me doing the voiceover for that content, as well as last time we have this show called Gaya Live on Facebook. So I was the host. So I'm the host as well, hosting live shows. So can you imagine the workload there? Because we have so much things to do on our list, on our tasks. There's so much on our plate. But that not include my routine tasks, right? Like upload news or upload stories, content on websites, and then converting print articles to online version. And then engaging on social media, because we do this every day, just to keep to interact with our readers through online platform. That's why we have this hashtag Gaya Travel on social media, that you can see many fellow travelers share their photos, but that is not as many as back then, okay? But still, we still have to check it every day just to engage with them in a way, right? And then when we're talking about the workload, we are talking, next to the next point lah ni. Work trip has work on it for a reason. Okay, just to make sure, are you guys following me right now?
Yes, I'm the one who follow you, Mr. Asif. I always watch your IG story and also the reels of Gaya Travel too.
Oh, thank you.
And it's so fun.
Thank you. Okay, so itulah when you guys see my social media or Instagram on Instagram or Gaya Travel's Instagram, Facebook, and whatnot, people always have this thought that being a travel journalist is always so much fun, but they don't realize that actually we were doing trips actually on work basis. So that's why it has work trip for a reason. That's one of the things that we have to follow what client wants, because most of the time clients tend to put everything inside the itinerary. So we have to sometimes one day we have to cover more than 5 or 6 products, sometimes even more. That is quite tiring because we don't have but just a little time for ourselves. And then but of course, as clients, right, they want they want the investigation to get used at the maximum level, and we have to cover as many products as we can. And as a travel journalist, of course, we have to follow the organizer, and sometimes we get no free time for ourselves. Sometimes kita juga nak bergambar untuk our own kenangan lah kan, sebab kita tak pernah sampai ke sesuatu tempat tu. But in a way, itu satu benda yang akan menekan kita, sebab it's very different from personal trips. That's why yang orang tak nampak daripada belakang tabir tu. Yang mana kalau kita pergi personal trips, we got to be more flexible. We can do things at our own pace, kan? Macam on the first slide tadi tu, yang dekat waktu tu I dekat air terjun Tumpak Sewu, yang mana we spend around 2 hours, 2 personal trip. We spend 2 hours alone at the waterfall because we are just blown away by the beauty of Tumpak Sewu and Mount Semeru. Waktu tu ada dekat situ ada Mount Semeru juga. And then sometimes we have to cover things that are, I would say, sometimes boring or not worth covering in certain cases, because we've been covering some certain places quite a lot and repeatedly, so sometimes we try to avoid repeated contents. So that's why sometimes client doesn't understand. Sometimes different clients got their own, sometimes they share the same products that they want to promote. So that's why it can be orang kata repeated contents lah yang we try to avoid, but we have no choice sometimes. It depends on which clients and apa yang kita deal dengan diorang. Tapi sometimes tu lah kita tak dapat nak elakkan, kita still have to cover even though it has been covered before, so it's repeated. Dan that's why it's quite hard sebab kita tak nak nanti pula pembaca rasa bosan dengan benda yang sama je kita promote berulang-ulang kan. And then time constraint waktu travel ni yang sangat menekan juga, because usually lah kalau local okay lagi, tapi kalau international we are talking about they don't have budget, or sometimes they just allocate only one representative from one magazine. So I lah yang akan pergi as writer, I lah juga yang akan pergi as photographer. I do the video, I do the live updates and whatsoever. That's why yang macam it's quite stressful sebab we have all these deliverables that we have to follow, that we have agreed before, so we have to follow. And in my cases, sometimes even though when we were there, when we went for a trip, right, sometimes we just there to experience. They don't expect us to take photos pun, so sometimes client akan bagi gambar, supply gambar for our articles later on. But in my case, I prefer to do it on my own sebab I rasa I lebih berpuas hati kalau I dapat share daripada kacamata I sendiri gambar-gambar tu. So it will be more personal, and that I think fellow readers or fellow travelers yang baca artikel tu akan lebih feel attached because I'm the one who take the photo, and I'll try to tell a story through my own photos, bukan daripada gambar orang lain. Itu yang what I'm trying to do lah. That's why I rasa yang it's quite hard for me. But sometimes for other journalists or travel writers, they're just there to experience and then write about it, and then they can take photos from other sources, including from the clients. But not for me lah. I rasa lebih berpuas hati dengan cara macam tu, cara orang lain-lain kan. Okay. And then next one is sacrifices. So when we're talking about sacrifices, because traveling can be so busy at times, there are times yang mana not even 24 hours pun nak rasa untuk rehat. Kita ada pernah yang macam habis satu trip ni lebih kurang less than 12 hours I have time to rest, and then kena catch up another flight pula for a next trip lah. Ada banyak macam tu, and then we got back-to-back trip, local lah, international lah, and then even sometimes at our office alone, kita orang ada lebih kurang 10 orang dekat office. So sometimes tu tinggal 2 orang atau seorang je dekat office tu, yang lain semua pergi travel. Macam tu lah. I was talking you about how busy it was, and then sometimes we might not be present or be there during certain times. Yang macam contoh lah, sometimes kita dah plan travel to 1 or 3 months before the trip, right? But during waktu tu lah pula tiba-tiba sepupu nak kahwin lah, apa lagi, kakak beranak lah dan sebagainya. Jadi we cannot go to such a special events sebab kita dah terikat dengan apa yang kita dah buat. Even though in certain cases it's actually negotiable with our editor-in-chief kan, ataupun our colleagues, we can discuss lah benda-benda ni. Tapi sometimes kita tak boleh nak avoid juga. Kita still have to go through the what is being agreed before. Pernah juga I dapat satu trip ni ke Filipina, tapi at the end kita cancel, kita terpaksa tolak. So waktu tu waktu raya, bayangkan waktu raya nak pergi bercuti pula. Nanti apalah kata mak ayah dekat kampung kan. So kita kena be sensitive in a way lah, tapi sometimes it's unavoidable. So that's why I think it's taking sacrifices juga to be a travel content creator ni. Alright, maybe to some people they don't care about giving this a miss. Giving this a miss. But to me, sometimes when special events tu lah yang kita rasa dekat dengan family kan, dah lah kita jauh. Macam tahun ni alone, I tak balik kampung lagi. Daripada bulan Januari. Last I balik bulan 12. Sampai sekarang I tak balik lagi. Still lagi kerja dekat KL dan cuma FaceTime dengan family lah kan. Okay, tapi tu cerita lain lah. Alright. Okay, now let's talk about pre and post COVID life. Okay, berapa ni? 10, 37. Okay. first, okay, it's very simple. Macam tak sangat informatif pun dalam my slides ni, tapi I will try to make it informative through my talking. Okay. So before the COVID, it was amazing because we don't have all these rules or regulation or SOPs. Tak perlu nak pakai face mask. We do not need to bring or wear our hand sanitizer at all times, and then we don't have to do physical distancing, no lockdowns. We are free. We were free, kan? But itulah, waktu sekarang ni post-COVID ni is very strict. We have to follow rules at all times, SOPs, because bukannya kita seorang je. Ni it's not about us alone. It's about everyone. So that's why kita tak boleh pentingkan diri sendiri. Kena always follow the SOPs at all times. And then pre-COVID, it is tiring. Sebab I ceritakan tadi betapa penatnya travel sebenarnya, kan. Sometimes ada waktu macam bulan puasa maybe lah akan slow sikit. Waktu tu macam rehat sikit. Tapi most of the time memang busy lah. Tired, but it was so much fun. I think Kak Lily pun will agree on this regards. But we enjoy traveling so much, kan. We are travel people. Okay. And then of course we feel it's fun because we are doing what we enjoy the most. As for me myself, I enjoy writing. I enjoy to write and then to share experience, do videos, do contents like taking photos and whatsoever. All these creative things is really my cup of tea, orang kata, kan. And then we ourselves is very young. Okay, I would say maybe not young, not all young, tapi young at heart at least, kan. And then we are so passionate, and then we're so energetic and enthusiastic. Very open to challenges, and I myself is a nature person, so I would consider myself a bit adventurous. And during that time, I would say I am very productive. I have so many ideas that I can, put it on not only on paper but on all the platforms, kan. But it's different from the post-COVID life pula, sebab it's tired tapi lagi teruk lagi is exhausting. In a way yang mana sebab sekarang ni lagilah kita kena duduk kat rumah. Macam kena ikat kaki. Macam baby yang baru lahir yang kena ikat kaki tu kan, bedong orang panggil lah. Bedong tu kan. And then for me myself, I think my house or my room is actually just a place for me to relax. That's why before COVID ni, I tak rasa pun bilik tu I nak kemas cantik sangat. Betul, sebab I rasa bila I balik rumah je, I just nak rest. Dalam sehari 2 hari dan travel lagi. So what for kita nak buat cantik sangat, kan. Macam tu lah what I thought. Tapi itulah during this work from home period ni yang I rasa macam baru datang kesedaran tu, yang I will spend a lot of time in my room. So I will slowly getting there to decorate my room to make it as comfortable as it can be for me to do my work. Because I find it very I become so not productive bila kerja dekat rumah compared dekat office. I really need my office right now, tapi it's quite hard during this pandemic, kan. And then in a way this really dampened my spirit a bit, I would say, because we are by nature, we are travel content creator. There's travel there because we are naturally bound to travel, but cannot, and the waiting feels like forever. Sebab sampai sekarang pun kita very uncertain about what the future holds, kan. Tak tahu ke akan sambung ke tidak, lepas tu entah bila lah akan berakhir. Orang kata border kita dah buka, border negara tu dah buka, tapi kita mampu dengar je sebab Malaysia maybe jauh lagi. Macam tu lah possibility benda-benda yang kita macam rasa tension nak dengar sebenarnya. And it's very exhausting bila kita buka secara social media, it's all about all negative news. So that's why I think during this crucial time juga, just as an advice lah, kan, kalau you guys rasa sangat tertekan duduk kat rumah, work from home, ataupun maybe in you guys case kena study dekat rumah lah dan sebagainya, cuba take time untuk detox yourself from all this social media thingy. Rehatkan diri daripada mendengar, melihat atau membaca benda-benda yang negatif. Cuba cari something yang boleh menghiburkan hati, maybe membaca ke, doing your own hobby. Like myself right now, kalau you guys follow me on social media, I'm currently trying to develop a new skill, which is I nak belajar memasak. That's why lah hari-hari I selalu share pasal saya masak tu kat my own social media tu, kan. Alright, so let's talk about the next one, which is pre-COVID life is pretty much exciting in a way yang I rasa bukanlah exciting for me, tapi I rasa Bukannya daripada segi experience things around or go travel so semua, tapi more about getting reaction from the readers. Like it was very overwhelming, and I think it always inspires me. I mean, as a travel journalist, right? There's it's not necessarily awards or bonus or royalty yang buat kita rasa happy, but actually the reaction from the readers tu yang bila diorang rasa excited, they feel inspired, bila shares banyak dekat social media and then comments banyak, and then they all tag their own members, family members to go travel to these places yang kita promote, yang kita do with our own sweat and tears kan, gitu. Okay, that's why saya rasa benda tu sangat exciting. Kita dapat lihat orang sangat berkobar-kobar bila nampak atau membaca konten ataupun artikel kita tu. Itu yang buat saya rasa is very exciting. It's a very exciting job because we can make people excited as well. But unfortunately, waktu post-COVID ni is we can see how people feel there's less interest to go travel because apparently buat apa kita nak baca bahan travel sangat when we cannot go travelling pun at the moment kan. So that's why it's quite hard right now because we can only give them hopes, harapan untuk satu hari nanti kita akan travel balik. Itu memang betul. Kita memang akan travel balik semua. Cuma bila dan bagaimana keadaannya maybe akan berubah. Itu yang kita tak mampu nak jangkakan, dan kita hanya cuma mampu provide because we are travel magazine, right? So we have to continue to promote travel contents because what else are we going to promote if not about travel kan? And then okay, apa lagi? Okay, maybe lah in most business pun akan menghadapi masalah yang sama. Maybe lah akan kurang hasil jualan lah apa semua, dan in our case maybe the interest tu akan makin berkurangan. That's why we are hoping that kita akan capai cepat-cepat herd community supaya when we have this herd community ni herd immunity, alright? Herd immunity ni barulah kita akan dapat capai satu fasa yang mana kita boleh travel dengan at least kalau tak normal pun selesa, better daripada keadaan sekarang. Alright? Okay, so 10:44. Cepat juga sempat ni. Okay. Now, okay, I want to choose one of you. Maybe one of you can raise your hand to choose one photo from this. Sorry, saya tak nampak. Kejap. Apa tadi tu? Ainul Huda. I saw Ainul Huda. Okay. Yang mana?
Yes.
B?
I love nature. Wait. I can choose B or C.
Sebab ada video tau, tapi depends on your luck lah.
Oh, really? Okay, I hope saya ada luck. Okay, okay, my heart cakap paling kuat B because ada rainbow. So harap ada lah video.
So the rainbow give you hope lah kan? Okay.
Yeah, betul.
Okay, so yes, yang this one ada video. Lucky you. But before that, I just nak cakap sikit lah pasal
Wah, thank you.
pasal apa tempat ni. So it's actually air terjun Pelangi or Rainbow Waterfall. It's located in Sungai Lembing, Pahang. And it is 500 feet tall. And then time untuk tengok rainbow ni is around 10 AM until 8 pagi. Sebab kita orang kena bangun subuh 6 pagi macam tu. Sampai tapi Pelangi tu ada dalam pukul 8 sampai pukul 10 pagi. It very depends on the weather and on your luck lah basically. Tapi weather tu yang sangat penting sebab kadang-kadang matahari pun tutup awan lah dan sebagainya kan, faktor-faktor tu. And then sometimes if you are lucky enough, waktu tu kita dapat tapi dalam gambar ada 1-2 gambar je dapat. We got double rainbows yang mana basically memang double rainbows lah. Satu rainbows di atas tu ada satu lagi rainbows. Also very beautiful. Okay. And to get here, we will have to take a 4-wheel drive from Sungai Lembing town to Lubuk Beruk they call it. I dah pergi tempat ni 2 kali. Before the first time I went there, kita kena redah sungai, memang basah lecun lah. Tapi the second time I pergi tu dia dah ada jambatan, so you just can cross the bridge and then hike around 30 minutes. It's an easy hike to me. Tapi I think it's doable lah. It's doable. And then to this experience cost around 60 ringgit je. And sebenarnya ada satu lagi tempat yang orang akan singgah, tapi to know more about that, maybe you can guys refer to my articles later on. But the experience costs only 60 ringgit je sebenarnya, which to me is very cheap. And that includes guide and then 4-wheel drive semuanya, and it's very very accommodating punya guide. And although waktu kita pergi tu sebenarnya kat sini ada satu je guide yang bertauliah, yang lain tu adalah unlicensed operators yang sometimes orang bawa banyak sangat travelers yang tak pakai proper attire. Contohnya macam pakai slipper nak pergi hiking, tapi ada je orang banyak. So that's why kalau boleh you guys have to refer to my article lah gitu kan, to get the credible agent lah. I mean not agent, credible operator yang boleh bawa ke sana. Okay, what more? That's basically it lah. This is one of I think hidden gem yang you guys should cover kalau ada opportunity. So let's watch this video.
Last time I datang tu tak dapat nampak pelangi kecil. But this time, oh my god, lama dah besar.
Alright, that's it. Thank you, Ainul. Okay, let's back to business again. We were talking about challenges and current situation. Okay, the first point is about maintaining readers' interest. Tiba-tiba berubah dia punya surrounding vibe kan. Okay, maintaining readers' interest macam I cakap tadi lah, sebab we cannot go travel, so all the fellow travelers yang dulu berpuluh beratus ribu even dalam grup-grup Facebook yang nak pergi travel semua ni, slowly the interest is going is decreasing. In a way maybe waktu ni bukan waktu yang sesuai untuk orang nak fikir pasal travel, sebab ada banyak lagi benda-benda lain yang kena difikirkan. So that's why our job is to keep your wanderlust alive. Kena bagi korang konten-konten, bagi mereka konten-konten yang berkualiti dan juga menarik at the same time. Supaya mereka sedar yang sebenarnya ada lagi banyak lagi benda-benda yang kita belum explore. In a way that gives them hope that dan juga harapan supaya tak putus harapan yang kita akan lebih akan dapat situasi yang lebih baik daripada sekarang ini. Okay, and then in a way sebenarnya kita have to be more creative, we have to engage more, sebab kita kena do engagement yang buat kita rasa kita survive juga sebenarnya. Sebab kita kena keep people aware of us. Kalau tak nanti lama-lama orang akan lupa kita sebenarnya what we are doing before this kan. All the our hard times sebelum ni akan dilupakan kalau kita tak buat engagement dengan people. So that's why in digital era ni kita kena do engagement tu yang penting, interact with our readers. Because of course lah we cannot do it offline sebab due to this current situation. Tapi that's why online punya engagement tu ataupun interaction tu yang keeps us alive juga. And then of course we have to update our contents supaya it's orang kata relevant, because right now kita dapat tahu kan betapa banyaknya business yang kalau link up tu is a bit harsh lah, tapi gulung tikar ataupun terpaksa tutup bisnes dan sebagainya. Ini termasuklah hotel, resort, theme park, restaurant, cafes and whatsoever kan. Semua yang related to tourism basically are very very critically affected with this current situation. So that's why we have to update our articles sometimes bila especially listicles bila banyak orang akan refer kan. So sometimes kita kena update, once in a while kita check masih wujud lagi ke, masih bernafas lagi ke diorang ni kan. So in a way juga melalui cara ni kita try to help all these entrepreneurs in a way yang kita boleh bantu mereka. Termasuklah kita akan promosikan hotel-hotel. Macam last time tu kita akan memang buat promotion, bukanlah promotion tapi kita bantu untuk promotekan promotion diorang buat. Waktu tu macam walaupun kalau dengar harga yang diorang turun itu sangatlah kesian. sampai tak pulang modal, tapi diorang just nak sustain je. Tapi some of them fail juga. Okay, so that's why it's our part juga to help the industry in a way yang kita rasa yang kita boleh. So bukan setakat resort-resort yang jenama kecil-kecil, tapi yang even besar pun tak boleh nak survive. Can you imagine yang how all these small entrepreneurs pun affected juga. That is what is happening and saddening us. So in a way, apart from religious interest ni, kita try to juga to put our to do like some kind of supporting this industry still until now. Okay, and next one is we have to diversify our contents because ini we are talking about not only during pandemic, tapi the social media world sendiri is always evolving right now. So that's why we have a lot of new technologies such as Instagram Reels and whatnot and TikTok. I am not kind of TikTok yang suka menari, tapi kita faham lah sebab TikTok ada juga konten-konten yang bijak-bijak yang dari segi tutorials and whatnot and informative videos, and that is what we are trying to do. Tak ada kalau you guys see on our Guys Travel punya TikTok, we try to make it as informative as it can be because we are travel magazine and we are kind of a source or a reference for travelers to go travel. So that's why we need contents yang bukan sekadar menunjukkan kecantikan semata-mata, tetapi ada info yang boleh membantu mereka untuk memahami atau mengetahui tentang sesuatu tempat tu. Okay, and then of course juga we have to diversify contents in a way that kita tak boleh cover sekadar dekat Kuala Lumpur saja ataupun Selangor ataupun Lembah Kelang saja, sebab basically all of our team members are based in Lembah Kelang, so it's quite hard. So that's why it comes to the next point, which is access to find contents is very high right now. Sebab again, we are based in here and our contents, if you read, right, what differ us from others, I think, is we value much on first-hand experience, and that is what we are trying to share with our readers. Because kita nak bagi satu content yang genuine from us, so we have to experience it first. Bukannya sekadar, memanglah, of course we can also refer to online content, so get from online sources and just call people, what are you doing? Can you tell me more about your business and whatnot? No, but we have to experience macam mana rasa makanan kat kedainya, macam mana servisnya kat hotelnya, and that's why I think it's very hard right now because we cannot go out at all. Last time before this lah, yang waktu tak boleh pun travel, tapi sebab waktu tu ada green bubbles and whatnot kan, so at that time tu kita adalah kelonggaran sedikit daripada yang kita dapat support daripada MKN, Majlis Keselamatan Negara, dan juga Tourism Malaysia untuk travel sebab untuk promosi pelancongan. Sebab all this business ni walaupun diorang berjalan macam biasa, they need promotion juga kan, sebab promotion plays such an important and crucial role kalau dari segi marketing daripada mana-mana sudut pun. So of course waktu tu kita okeylah sikit, bolehlah gerak, tapi right now memang tak boleh gerak. Orang kata macam tadi saya cakap tadi, macam kena bedong kaki ni. Okay, alright, so access to finding contents. Okay, next one is competitors. Competitors ni sentiasa ada di mana-mana kan, dan we are talking about business kan, it's the nature of business and we have to survive. And alhamdulillah as Guys Travel, alhamdulillah masih lagi survive until now. And although we are having quite times, macam tadi I cakap tadi lah, macam-macam isu juga kan, tapi we still survive in a way that sebenarnya Guys Travel Magazine, apart from doing magazines, we organize some events or fam trips where we bring social media influencers, to travel with us and experience things with us. That's why we do collaboration with many tourism bodies and organizations to promote contents, to promote their products on our platform and their own platform, like all the social media influencers, bloggers, and other members of the media lah. Alright, so that's why one thing yang buat kita survive, as well as ada macam tu lah, ada certain things yang alhamdulillah keep us strong until now. But hopefully itulah, kita kena cepat benda ni, lockdown ni kena lifted supaya kita lebih bebas untuk bergerak dan survive for a longer time. Okay, alright, we've come to the conclusion. Okay, risau je tadi tak sempat. Okay, dah 10:57. Okay, alright, okay. there are always pros and cons in every job. Okay, macam tadi memang ada fun part tapi ada juga not so fun part, tapi how you handle it, because you've chose this path, so you have no choice but to face it all. Apa-apa pun benda-benda yang tak suka tu kena take it positively, and how you view it tu yang buat you rasa akan enjoy ataupun tak sesuatu kerja tu. Okay, and then trust that things will get better if not back to normal lah kan, sebab probably lepas ni pola travel tu dah lain, maybe lepas ni kena ada drop vaccine, and then what's yang lebih susah sebab sekarang ni setiap negara ada cara dia masing-masing. It's not like one standardized punya rules and regulation yang mana kita kena follow tentang vaksin ni. So that's why it's quite hard. Walaupun negara-negara dah start buka-buka, tapi macam-macam benda yang kita kena fikirkan, and probably this will then cost us more to travel. We never know kan. So itulah yang orang dah predict, orang dah apa kita panggil, buat ramalan. And then in order to travel pun we must come to herd community. Itu je satu cara yang kita rasa boleh supaya kita dapat travel dengan at least rasa selamat lah juga kan, sebab it's travelling, we're talking about travelling which involve a lot of movement. So we have to open the economy back so that people can move around kan, because tourism is big thing right here, right sekarang ni. Okay, so that's why to end my conclusion ni, get yourself vaccinated. Tolonglah pergi vaksin. Harap tak adalah antara korang yang anti-vaksin kan, yang jenis duduk rumah, yang buat dunia sendiri kat rumah. Okay, that's it. And then apa lagi? Okay, ni just the basic one lah. Okay, right now ni sekarang I rasa kat korang semua ada phone. Apa kata korang pergi follow sekarang kita orang dekat Instagram, Facebook, Twitter dan dekat TikTok. Fokus more on gaya travel lah. Tapi kalau macam rasa I can inspire you in a way yang maybe you guys sendiri tahu, maybe you can follow me juga kat bawah tu. And then apa lagi? This is the last slide. I would say congratulations to the committee, and yeah, all the best. Maybe we can move to Q&A session.
Thank you for the great session about the COVID-19 steward travel content creator by Mr. Ashif. Now, so let's move on to the Q&A session. Let's see if we got any question from the audience or not. Okay, let's see. Okay, we received tremendous question at the chat, and I will choose 3. Okay, wait. Another question will pass to the speaker to be answered to you, and we'll share to you at the email.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So first question is from our beloved lecturer, Madam Adriana. The first question is, how would you describe your writing style, and do you inline more journalistic or fact-finding or storytelling?
Sorry, once again.
Okay, how would you describe your writing style? Do you incline more journalistic or fact-finding or storytelling?
Okay, I would say my style of writing, it's combination of what I think is suitable for that particular destinations that I covered. Sometimes I will start it with quotes from certain people, maybe the locals punya quotes kan. So I will use it at the beginning of my article sometimes, macam kat Toraja tu, because it's very very epic place to me. So I started with something yang very very mystery punya vibe, and then I will then start with my journey lah. And then it's more to it's because it's creative writing in a way, maybe kita kena combination of course juga facts juga and journalistic punya style, but still storytelling juga. So it's combination yang I rasa sesuai, barulah kita take it into consideration. Before that kita tengoklah angle mana yang sesuai. So because we are talking, when journalism is about angling juga, macam mana kita nak anglekan benda tu supaya nampak lebih menarik, sebab we are promoting product in a way kan. So kita nak benda tu bukan sekadar informatif, bukan sekadar factual, tapi orang kata menarik untuk dibaca dan inspire people, because that is what I value most. As long as people faham apa yang kita nak cuba sampaikan dan mereka rasa lebih dekat ataupun tertarik, itu yang saya rasa valuable, make the article much more attached ataupun relatable to our readers. So yeah, I would say it's combination jugalah. Thank you, madam.
Michelle, switch on your mic.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay. The next question is Madam Silverina, from Madam Silverina. And the question is, which is more important for a content creator, stunning photography, video, or the ability to write creatively on the photo description? What advice would you provide to someone who wants to be good at both?
Sorry, what's advice you say just now?
What advice will you provide to someone who wants to be a good at both?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one is which one is important, right? I always say, everything that you said just now is actually important. Video, write-ups, but because we are talking about creative things, so everything is involved. Dari video, dari articles, dari write-up to dari social media even, semuanya involved. So I would say, sebab our readers ni, kita kena faham pattern diorang macam mana. Dari segi maybe ada yang suka baca panjang-panjang, so that one we serve for articles that is lengthy, or maybe on the print magazine yang lebih detail. So that's why juga kita ada satu sistem yang mana bila kita convert artikel dalam ni ke online, kita kena jadikan make it more precise or straight to the point. That's why we have certain criteria lah, kita kena convert supaya online version kena lebih detail, kena lebih bukan lebih detail tapi lebih precise, supaya masa untuk baca tu lebih pendek. Okay, and then social media, and maybe yang ada lebih suka moving graphics or videos pun kena utamakan juga in the way, sebab sekarang ni pun even we can see how TikToks evolve and change everything kan through videos. So video content is very very important right now. Okay, I got from Adriana, I wonder something pasal gambar-gambar cantik. Okay, kejap lagi saya jawab. Okay, alright. Lepas tu apa tadi, advice again, as we are in the creative industry, try to be as creative as possible. And for graduates, I think it's very important right now for you to have extra skill, I would say, because last time bila waktu I doing before I am a travel journalist, right? I already started my own blog, which I shares a lot of travel contents on my own. And sometimes I join fam trips juga, waktu tu tengah study lagi dekat UiTM dan sebagainya. So try to develop skills yang orang kata boleh jadi sebagai nilai tambah bila kita nak bekerja nanti. Itu advice yang saya rasa penting lah dalam dunia kerja. So we're talking about surviving skills. Sekarang ni kerja susah nak dapat. So you guys have to from now on start to develop something. Maybe lah benda-benda yang super simple pun tak apa, belajar video ke. So even I myself pun, I belajar video, to be honest, banyaknya dekat YouTube compared dengan dalam kelas. Before that lagi I dah memang suka buat video ni, so macam kita belajar sendiri. If video is not to your liking, then try something else macam photography or anything that interests you. Okay, I think that's one advice that I rasa, sebab kita nak cakap pasal surviving yang sekarang penting. Okay, itu je I rasa. And then tadi Madam Adriana dia cakap pasal gambar-gambar cantik tu, I rasa I want to touch on that juga, sebab sebenarnya it depends juga siapa yang follow pergi travel tu. Kadang-kadang memang kawan-kawan media dan sebagainya, tapi most of the time dengan kawan-kawan yang memang dah suka kepala. Dan ada kawan-kawan ni pun they have the coin terms mobile grapher, yang memang jenis ambil gambar guna mobile phone je. So it depends. Sometimes pernah ada times juga yang mana I pakai apa-apa je yang ada. Sometimes I letak bagasi, I letak kerusi, meja, jadi kena tripod untuk ambil gambar tu. Okay? It's creative things kan. So it depends lah. Kadang ambil gambar sendiri, kadang orang ambilkan kawan-kawan, ada kadang kawan-kawan biasa tu kita ambil gambar dulu and then boleh tak ambil gambar macam ni. Okay, kena explain dulu. Ataupun kalau yang dah tahu nak angle-angle tu macam lagi senang lah. Just terus ambil gambar macam tu. Alright, maybe ada boleh sempat lagi ke soalan lagi?
Okay, I have a last question here from our advisor, Sir Alvin. And the question is, he said that, yeah, he liked your travel photo.
Oh, okay, thank you.
And okay, the question is, since you have been traveling to many places around the world, perhaps you can share some of your experience you have faced.
Oh, I mean, you mean travel experience lah kan?
Yes.
Okay, okay, kalau compare dengan
Yes, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Michelle didn't really address my questions.
Okay.
My question is actually, first of all, I like all your travel photos. It makes I think all of us want to travel once again.
Yes.
Yeah. So my question is actually, since you have been traveling to many places, can you share some of your not so fortunate experience that you have faced, maybe?
Oh, okay. Oh, not so yang tak berapa manis sangat lah macam tu.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we are talking as a travel content creator lah, bukannya traveler lah tapi. So I have, tadi I cakap pasal macam mana kita terpaksa follow klien kan. Apa yang klien nak kita kena penuhi kan, apa yang kita dah janjikan, apa yang kita dah agree before the trip, right? So what happened is, bila kita sampai kat sana tu lah macam-macam problem yang datang. Pernah satu masa tu yang macam, even though it is already said it is a sponsored trip, is what, tapi sampai sana kita kena keluar duit sendiri. Pernah ada kadang-kadang yang macam tu. Yang mana memang saya rasa sangat marah jugalah waktu tu sebab you are inviting us to experience this but you don't want to spend some money for us to experience it. So what's the point of this trip? Kan? Kenapa panggil kita orang datang, baik kita orang pergi sendiri je macam tu. So adalah kesan tapi in a way sebab kita have our kita panggil veto power lah juga kan as a travel media journalist kan. Yang mana kalau dia tak nak bayar, then I would say I would not cover this product macam tu. Sebab it's not worth it. Sebab apa kita nak keluarkan duit untuk benda yang lain. Kalaupun I keluar duit, I takkan tulis benda tu dalam my article sebab it's my own money. Kalau you guys nak I cover, then do something about it macam tu lah. Sebab we are doing this trip because of the invitation, right? So they have have this ethics lah. And then apa lagi yang rasa benda-benda macam tu lah yang tak nak apa lagi that's one thing yang I can think of right now. Maybe later on kalau ada lagi I akan tambah later di mana-mana ke kan. Macam tu lah.
Okay, thank you Hasif.
Sure, no problem Sir Alvin.
Just call me Alvin.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ashif, for the great sharing. I hope whatever Mr. Ashif have shared for today's will get input for us, and I hope every question answered by Mr. Ashif you guys can fully understand.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much and all the best, guys.
Without wasting our time, let's go to the next slot, which will be moderated by Muhammad Iqbal. But before that, I would like to remind that we are going to have lucky draw and Kahoot game. For the game, participant might use any of devices, whether using mobile phone or laptop. So please stay with us until the end of program. Okay, Iqbal, please continue.
Thank you, Michelle. Now, the next speaker will talk about travel and tourism ecosystem during pandemic. So I shall tell some of the background of the speaker. Having set foot to all but 3 continents, Miss Lily showed no sign of slowing down. Miss Lily has been traveling in search of a greatest archaeological discovery since she was 17, and over 40 countries later, after adding awards and accolades to a success story list. A quest now is to hunt down the lot less traveler, sharing experiences and knowledge with all her readers. I welcome you, Miss Lily Rihani, travel blogger and freelance travel writer. Take it away, Miss Lily.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. Good morning to all the participants, the lecturers, as well as my fellow presenter, Hasif. So basically, I have known Hasif for quite a while. I am also freelance travel writer for Gaia. So when Hasif said that Gaia don't have enough, if there is a circumstances where Gaia don't have enough writers, I would just come in and assist lah. So I have known Hasif for quite a few years, if I'm not mistaken. So let us start now. So I have about 30 minutes or so. So my topic for today is travel and tourism ecosystem during the pandemic. And I have to put this caveat lah. This is basically based on my perspective and observation. And the topic, what I'm going to share is basically very broad and relatable to all of us. So it's easier to understand and easier to accept. So this is not a high level government level. This is more of what we can assist, what we can do, what we can understand, and how we can collaborate with each other. Yeah. So I'm going to do in dual language, in BM and BI. But if you want me to do in Chinese, I'm trilingual, by the way. So 我也会讲华语，哇，很久没有讲华语， so 比较难. So I'm going to do in two language so that it's easy lah. If I speak too fast, do inform me because I tend to speak very fast when I'm excited. So things like this excites me a lot. So I'm going to share with you some of my background. So like what Iqbal has mentioned earlier, I have traveled to about 40 plus countries, 45 to be exact. Few continents except for South America. Basically, I have touched all continents. I haven't been to Antarctica yet, so I don't think I will ever get there. So I'm going to exclude that out. My content, my blog is purely in English. The reason why it's in English is because I wanted to promote and I wanted to share. I want to make sure other people, other than Malaysian, other nationalities would know Malaysia, would be reading my stories, my travel stories, and it's a platform where I can help and promote Malaysia. So with that purpose in mind, I make sure that most of my content is in English. Unless it's experience-based, then it's going to be a bit of rojak. Experience-based meaning if I do kayaking, if I do whitewater rafting, any experience-based, it will be multilingual lah, because when you read, you'll be like, opochot, I'm going to describe what I go through. So when I go through day-to-day punya activities or in my life, I don't do all in English. It's always in any language. Kita kan Malaysia. So other than that, it's purely English lah. So these are the places that I've covered. These are some of my achievements. So I've won Tourism Microblogging Award a few years back. I was nominated as a travel blogger. I participated in a large event, in international event. I have also presented in ASEAN Young Women Leadership Conference in KL some time ago. I was also being interviewed. I think one of the cool things that I've been interviewed for is I am actually in the National Geographic Megastructures documentary for KLIA2 when they launched. So I was one of the 2 travel bloggers that they interviewed, and we are in the documentary, so it's forever kind of thing. So I thought that was quite cool. I've participated in a lot of fam trips, Malaysia fam trips especially, organized by Malaysia Tourism, as well as international fam trip. My last one that I attended is in 2019, which is to Taiwan. The one that I went to Taiwan was quite interesting because I went with Imantino. and Imantino's sister, which I forgot. She's also an artist, but I forgot what's her name. And then Zinakal, I think so. I think that's the name. I've also went to fam trip to Sabah with Alif Sata. He's very nice. To support him. I went to fam trip to Myanmar. I went on a cruise trip. So like what has he say? If it's a tourism fam trip, it's more detailed, it's more enhanced, it's more deep dive the content. When we travel on our own, it's very general, and we have our own time, how we want to spend our day. So let's start the presentation. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is the outline what I'm going to talk to you about my topic, which is the ecosystem in travel and tourism. We're going to talk about the challenges, our role as a traveler, and on the tourism side, how we can actually work and help and enhance the travel industry, especially during the pandemic, and the ideal ecosystem. So it's an ideal ecosystem. It's not a must-have, but ideally, this is how it should be, and it is good if we can actually practice, if not all, at least partial of it. I'm going to share some use cases. Maybe I'm going to share with you some examples done by our local tourism, state tourism, as well as some international use case, whereby I find that the way they promote or the way they share about their countries during the pandemic is quite interesting, so that you guys can have a bigger and broader view that when they talk about content, when they're sharing about content during this pandemic, they have to shift from one to the other. It is not limited just on the one that we know, which is the TikTok of the world, the what do you call it, the Instagram of the world. Even if they were to push on this, there are different way of pushing, not just typical video that we always see. And last but not least, I'm going to share with you the key takeaways of what I'll be sharing in my slides, so that you guys will be very focused on what I'm going to talk about. So we're going to start first with challenges. So these are the challenges that I have identified. It's non-exhaustive, so basically there are more to this. So but I'm going to cover in general this first, these few. So basically, the border closing. The border closing is actually impacting not just Malaysia, it impacts all the countries in the world, because it limits the international tourists from coming to that particular country, in this case, to Malaysia. When the border closes, it impacts the tourism income to that state and to the countries. I give you an example. When the border closed, you don't get a lot of tourists to Malaysia. For instance, if you are talking about Sabah per se, Sabah tourists are largely from from East Asia. From East Asia, meaning it's from China, from Korea, from Japan. I think if you are based in Sabah, you've seen, I believe Sabah have a Korean village itself. So when the border closes, you have lesser of these people who generate income to the state. So it impacts the state tourism. When it impacts the state tourism, it will impact the local tourism players. So when this happens, they have to shift to local tourists. So when there is, that brings me to the point number 2, which is no interstate travel. So the border is closed, you can't get international tourists, and the interstate travel is limited. Then you don't get the local tourists. So these are major challenges for the tourism industry in general, regardless whether it's state or country. And the only way for us to help is we try to focus on the smaller scale. Okay, when I say we, not just me, meaning we as a rakyat. So when they say no dining out during the pandemic, especially during the MCO, it is a problem, because when you dine out, you can promote the local businesses, regardless whether it's kedai mama or cafes or high-end restaurants. We help them one way or the other. Even though if you're not an influencer, you still, oh, makan ni sedap, you just snap a picture, you share. Because it doesn't matter, everybody is an influencer. Influencer doesn't mean that you have to have 10,000 or 100,000. If you influence people one way or the other, you are still an influence. It's just whether you're well known or not. Itu aja bezanya. But when there is no dining out, we can't even do that. We can't travel to promote. tourists couldn't come in to help the industry. We couldn't even do the smaller scale. We can only tapau. So now this tapau punya food pun I tolong promote, just to help, support local, yeah. No local stay. This is actually quite a problem in terms of bigger tourism player, hotel, regardless whether they are international chain or local chain. Local chain usually are boutique hotel, smaller hotels, those like Terapuri, they are local small boutique hotels. They are unable to sustain the operational costs. So it impact them because they couldn't get their normal usually international tourists. Now they are also limited with their local tourists. And if they can get local tourists, it's from their own state. And usually own state people don't stay at their own state hotel. So what I'm saying is, if I dari Negeri Sembilan, I takkan pergi duduk hotel Negeri Sembilan. I might stay in hotel in Melaka but not in Negeri Sembilan. Macam I balik rumah tidur je lah kan. That's the attitude. Reduced buying power is another challenge. Reduced buying power is people have the wait and see attitude. Reason being, you have that amount of money and you don't know how long it's going to last. You don't know whether you're going to have a job still in the next 3 months, in the next 6 months. So you don't want to spend your money unnecessarily. So you will stop dining out, you will stop travel, you will stop staying at the hotel. Basically, you just stay at home lah, which is what we need to do at this point of time. The last but not least, what I'm going to talk about is the change of lifestyle. Previously, before the COVID, the pre-COVID, post-pre-COVID, I nak kata era, macam lah lama sangat kan. Pre-COVID, era lah. We were physical travelers. Like I said earlier in my previous slide, I have traveled to 45 countries. I have been to northern lingkaran kutub utara, the Arctic Circle. I have been there. I have crossed the Arctic Circle. I have been to the northernmost zoo in the world. That's the coldest zoo. The zoo is at -22 darjah Celsius. I have done my road trips. I have driven to in New Zealand. I have driven to the whole island, Northern Ireland and Ireland itself. I've been to 45 countries. Imagine my withdrawal syndrome when they announced the MCO. I cannot travel. 6 months is okay. After 1 year now, I'm a bit agitated because I cannot travel, because travel is one way of escapism. You de-stress. Because for me, I've worked in multinational, I worked in GLC, and I've been working for so long. I need my travel period to actually de-stress, and it's a form of escapism for me. Once I rejuvenated, I would go to work and I'll be very refreshed. Now I can't do that. So yeah, so off balance kejap. So now I am more of a digital traveler, whereby I just do armchair traveling. Basically Google lah, okay? So the next slide will be on our role. Our role in this sense is our role as a traveler and as tourism player. So with us as a traveler, I feel that we always need to support the tourism players' business. This is whether it's tourism player, it can be restaurant, it can be attraction. If you go kayaking, those operators are tourism players because they actually help. They are the ecosystem of the tourism. So always support them, regardless whether it's pandemic or not, we have to support them. So basically janganlah pergi buat rakit, lepas pergi rakit seorang-seorang, pandai-pandai, nanti accident tak ada orang tahu. So support tourism player. Tourism player ni, they have license to actually conduct those activities and it's safer, okay? Sharing local destination. During this pandemic, there's lesser visibility because people can't travel. So what we can do now as Rakyat Malaysia, and for me as a travel blogger, as an influencer, what we can do is do a throwback. So share local destination so that people would know, people would be reminded of that destination. Some people just don't remember kan, dulu I pernah pergi tempat ni, dah lama tak pergi. 5 years I dah tak pergi tempat tu. Just bring back those places. We share. Be insightful when sharing information. So this one, why I put this is because sometimes I do see people posting, especially on travel group, they post a picture by the sea, by the beach, memang cantik, or some nature punya tempat dekat gunung mana, entah bukit mana, tasik mana, then they put there, teka kat mana? Manalah kita orang nak tahu kat mana dia suruh teka. Laut semua sama je, adik. Pokok semua je, semua sama. It's green. So you have to be very insightful. You have to be very detailed when you share information, especially our own country punya information. When you want to share to outsider, because your follower is not just Malaysian, even if it's just Malaysian, not just from your state. So if you want to encourage travel from other states or other countries, it have to be insightful, like it have to be informative. Be a travel advisor, take a travel advisor role or subject matter expert. Meaning when you, especially you guys studying tourism, if I'm not mistaken. So you have to be the subject matter expert. You need to know the details of our country. Okay, if it's not so much detail, you need to know something about the country. So for example, everybody know about Baba and Nyonya, right? Baba and Nyonya exist in negeri-negeri Selat, which is Penang, Melaka and Singapore. So there is Baba and Nyonya whereby we call them Cina Peranakan. So you need to know the Cina Peranakan, the India Peranakan. There is also Jawi Peranakan in Malaysia. So when you travel to overseas, when people say how many race, how many religion, what are the custom and so on, usually I would tell them we have Malaysian, Chinese, Indian, and we have the rest as in all the kaum. And then I also talk about the peranakan, you know, all these little things that you can describe more that can make them be more engaged or be more interested in our country. Then, you know, it's helpful because we are our own Malaysia punya ambassador. So we need to promote our country when you travel, when you meet people. The next is on we need to be generous lah when we share tourism post. You nampak tempat-tempat lawa, just share je, tak rugi pun. Always encourage safe travel. With the pandemic now, safe travel is important. Stay at home is important. Stay safe is important. But you know, always promote safe travel. And shout out to hotels or attractions that actually comply to strict SOPs. There are certain attractions, certain hotels that they comply to strict SOPs. Always promote and, you know, share about them to your friends or relatives so that when they travel, they would consider that place to go because it complies. It ensures safe travel and kita pun less worry of our friend and relatives and families. And because of the pandemic, we can promote a lot of local road trips lah, okay, as a tourism player. So this one I'm just gonna go through briefly. What's happening now is they're strengthening collaboration between countries. This is done at the government level. They also support safe return on international tourism so that, you know, international tourists can come back and feel safe and they coming back or traveling back, or if they are the first time traveler, you know, they feel safe traveling to Malaysia. They need to restore travelers' confidence. So vaccination is their SOP, strict SOP have to be implemented, so on and so forth. They are also, I noticed, shifting from digital marketing, the shift and emphasizing on digital marketing. If previously you see a lot of banners, a lot of billboards, nowadays you see they are more active on social media because everybody is at home just looking at the phone, right? They refocus on tourism type. When I say refocus on tourism type, previously they promote about, for example, museums. Sometimes they promote about concert. They promote about attraction, enclosed attraction. Now what they do is, when I say refocus on tourism type site, they focus more on eco-traveler because eco-traveling, eco-tourism, because, you know, with the pandemic now, people are going outdoor. It's safer because lebih terbuka. There are this thing called virtual tourism. Virtual tourism is immersive punya style, meaning they use AR or VR or MR. That's a bit on technology punya side. Not many countries is doing it, but many countries is starting to embark on it. Okay, and most tourism players are embarking on educational or online session on their platform. So the next slide will talk about the ideal ecosystem lah. So basically, repeating what I just said earlier, ideally the ecosystem should be information sharing, information learning, and information gathering. So on the tourism side, or the tourism player, they will be sharing all the information, creating awareness, creating educational punya content, sharing and introducing about Malaysia punya sites, especially now on ecotourism, and do a knowledge transfer or sharing on our wondrous history, our architecture, our culture, our heritage. We have so many to offer. And for bloggers and influencers who are already active on the social media platform, what we can do is we need to learn and relearn so that we are more educated. We have more knowledge to share to our followers because we can influence them. We should have better understanding of our culture, our heritage, like what I said earlier. This will work hand in hand with the tourism and the tourism player. So when they share, we reshare. Okay. For the information gathering, so for the public, what they can do is when they have all this information from the bloggers, influencer, tourism player, or any source for that matter, they can learn and educate themselves. And then once the pandemic is over, they can start traveling again. They will use these insights, this info, and plan their journey. And with this info, they will reshare to their friends and relatives. So it's one perfect cycle, or at least I hope it's perfect. So these are the use case that I'm going to share. So for those who don't know, what can you do during pandemic? How can you share on social media platform? Not just on Instagram or TikTok. What have the other tourism player or tourism be sharing on promoting and shifting into digital format nowadays? So this is basically, this example is from Terra Dala. They also own Terrapuri, which is a boutique resort in Terengganu. So they have they have craft tangan, handicraft from their resort, their merchandise. So what they did is now they are selling it online on Lazada as well as Shopee, because there's not many people traveling to their hotel, kan? They need to sustain, so they have started selling their merchandise online on Lazada and Shopee. So this is what Tourism Perak is doing. They are promoting ecotourism now. So this one is on whitewater rafting. Let me see whether I can share the video. I'm gonna share with you the video. After I saw this video, I feel like I should go there as well. Now let me see, how do I... I'm just gonna share with you sikit lah tak, nanti we all pun nak pergi sana sekarang juga. So let me see. Okay, this is what's being done in Philippines. It's under Tourism Philippines. What they do is they engage content creator to share experience, and they share it on the tourism platform. So these two person are actually content creator lah. They have their own social media, and they engage or they collaborate with tourism. And this is what Aquaria is doing, which is, I find it very interesting. They are doing classroom digital learning. So you pay like 5 ringgit and you get to learn about the sea creatures. Okay, I think this is quite interesting because it's educational. I think I should try and experience this as well, see how they do it, because I think this is the only one I find that is different from the rest. This one is Bird Park. Bird Park, what they do is if you go to their Instagram account, they actually educate you on every bird that is available at Bird Park, which is very interesting. So if you malas Google banyak-banyak, if you don't want to read all the lengthy description on Wikipedia, you just go there, you get a snippet, you understand a little bit about the bird. Sekarang kita semua bird je kan, semua burung-burung. Sekarang kita tahu ni burung apa, ni apa. So for example, yang this colourful one is Mandarin duck, okay? Itu je tahu. So KTO is Korea Tourism Organization. So those K-popers, this is what they did. They did a content creator program. They engaged with Malaysia punya content creator, and we supposed to share blog posts as well as Instagram posts weekly on Korea. Okay, so I am currently participating in this program because it's very limited and they only select a few people, and I'm quite fortunate that I'm able to participate. They selected me. So every week I have to share about Korea. And it will last for 6 months. Okay, very thoughtful, very thorough in their planning. When I got the TNC, it's very detailed. Hotel. So hotel, nobody stays at hotel kan, but everybody work from home. What this hotel did is they actually work from hotel. So you paid a nominal sum, you can work for the hotel for 12 hours. You get food, lunch and breakfast. You can enjoy their facilities and work, and you can have meeting there. So macam best juga. Then this one, so Air Asia cannot fly. What they did is they took the cabin crew. This is quite recent, yeah. They get their cabin crew, Air Asia cabin crew, to help at PPV, and I believe this PPV is, I have no idea where, but it's in KL. So this tempat vaksin, instead of all the medical officers or the volunteers yang tolong usher you guys, you get the cabin crews yang cantik-cantik and handsome tu melayan you all, usher you all. So bila you cucuk pun you rasa macam best saja kan, sebab semua cantik-cantik belaka. So this is this is on Sabah kan, campus Sabah kan, campus Kota Kinabalu. So I'm going to share you what Sabah did. Sabah is very detailed and very end-to-end in terms of their promotion on Sabah during the pandemic. And what I'm sharing you is not full, yeah, because kalau full I need 2 pages. So basically they promote their tourism players, makna dia the hotels and everything, they promote them on their website. So this is Sabah website actually, so you can see all the promotion. Kalau you nak travel within Sabah, masuk Sabah punya tourism website. They have a YouTube account that talks specifically about the Sabah, tiap-tiap zone, tiap-tiap daerah. So they talk about the culture, the heritage, the places to visit. So this is on their YouTube. They actually do DOOH. So if you study marketing or you want to study marketing, DOOH is digital out of home advertisement. So all the video punya advertisement dekat Jalan Raya, that's DOOH. That's what they're doing. And this is at KL Central. They do the normal poster, the normal billboard at the highways. They also collaborate with Post Malaysia. On their I think this is their promotion. They also promote or they collaborate with Gaya Travel. They have one campaign with Gaya Travel. So my key takeaways from the whole presentation, yeah. First, like I said, be our nation travel ambassador. Even though the government did not iktirafkan kita sebagai ambassador, but we as Malaysian, we should always keep in mind that we need to promote our countries. Kalau bukan kita, siapa lagi kan? We know our countries better, so we promote. We should not just say ini kerja tourism, ini kerja tu. Kita semua rakyat Malaysia, kita tolong Malaysia, okay? Support tourism players, support locals. So if when the pandemic is over, you want to stay at a hotel, choose the local hotel. If you want to eat, choose the local punya dining areas, restaurant, cafe, or warung. Basically support locals in whatever we do. Malaysia comes first in this matter. The next one is encourage safe travel. Always, always, always. Okay, this is the pandemic. Safe travel. Bring your mask every time. Bring your sanitizer. Bring everything lah. Kalau boleh bawa klinik sekali. Next, be insightful when sharing information. When to me is gambar kena cantik. Actually, to me gambar is secondary. Because I come from a corporate punya angle. Gambar is bagus kalau ada, cantik bonus, but your content is always king. So you punya content kena bagus, kena informatif, kena detail, kena insightful. Kalau you punya gambar lawa, you punya content tak ada apa-apa, and then you don't do geotag, siapa nak tahu tempat tu dekat mana? Okay, so be very insightful when you're sharing. The next one is generous in sharing and resharing travel and tourism posts. Tak kisahlah from tourism ke, from your friends ke, but if it's about Malaysia, you think it's nice, it's worthwhile, it's detailed enough, share je lah kat story. Kalau tak nak share kat post pun. I mean, you know, the least we can do. So this is a little bit about myself. So this is my last two slides. I am basically, my genre is travel. My focus is historical site, and I'm a UNESCO travel hunter. So wherever I go, my priority will always cover tourism, culture, heritage, so on and so forth. That's how I position myself. And my Insta story, my Instagram is always very detailed. You can see on the right hand side. In fact, the things to do ni, I rasa ada macam 9 point. Okay, this is my Instagram account. I've traveled to 45 countries. I'm a travel blogger, travel writer, and yeah. So, by the way, if you want to know any marketing tips, if you study marketing or you want to know more, I also have here, marketing tips and on culture, on Hulu Perak yang tadi you tengok whitewater rafting tu, you know, I have detailed it all. So, this should be my last slide. Yeah, my last slide. Thank you very much. I think I exceeded by 1 minute and 22 seconds. Okay, thank you everybody. Any question?
Thank you so much, Ms. Lily, for a great session regarding travel and tourism ecosystem during pandemic. Based on Ms. Lily's session just now, I think I can conclude some of the point that there are so many things happen in travel and tourism ecosystem, like the challenge, our role, and ideal ecosystem. So, since we are still into the session mode, let's proceed to Q&A sessions. Let's see in the chat box. I got some questions from the chat box. It's from Madam Adriana. The question will be like this. Hi, Ms. Lily, congratulations on your achievement. We have so many travel bloggers in the industry. How can a travel blogger stand out? And how do you get your travel blog noticed? Any advice?
Okay, thank you, Miss Adriana. Such a beautiful name, Adriana. Okay, how do I get my blog noticed? So for me, I'm talking about myself. I can't represent all the bloggers or all the influencers out there. So for me, I started my blog as a travel blog. Some people actually convert from lifestyle to travel. So about lifestyle, they covered food, they covered travel, they covered food, travel, beauty, fashion, semua tu. When I start my blog, it's always about travel. How I make my blog noticeable is I actually focus on a can I say genre, specialties. So because when you do travel punya blog, there's always a combination. People always combine. So if you actually read or you follow some of the bloggers or Instagrammers, it's always travel and fashion, travel and food. Travel and food is quite normal. Travel and food, travel and photography is very common. How I position myself, because I think I studied marketing and I work as a marketer in my IT industry. So I position myself as, like what I said just now in my slide, as a historical site enthusiast and as UNESCO hunter. So whenever I travel, that will be my go-to place. Hence, it translates in my blog. So, and that is one. So I am travel and my content is heavy on culture and heritage. Second is how I position myself is my Instagram and my blog is very informative. So some people like to write very general. I pergi ke, I pergi ke, for example, I pergi ke Perak, pergi Ipoh, you boleh pergi sini. For me, I would say if you want to go to Ipoh, stop by at Kapal Korek. Do you know Kapal Korek? Perak is famous for Kapal Korek. Do you know there's a Kapal Korek museum in Perak whereby you can go inside the Kapal Korek? Kapal Korek dah tak exist anymore. Nobody use Kapal Korek. Everything has been modernized. But if you read about Kapal Korek, you go to Ipoh, you boleh masuk Kapal Korek, naik sampai atas. I would talk about the Kapal Korek, the history of Kapal Korek, why it's Kapal Korek, why you need to go there, I will be very deep dive. That's how I differentiate myself from other bloggers. So I hope that explains or that answers the question. Same question. Iqbal, maybe I just read the question and I answer, so is it easier for you? Is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay. Next question is, how do you respond to bad comments about your travel blogs? Is this the one? Sorry. Yeah. How do you respond to bad comments about your travel blog or photos on your social media? Sometimes we give our views, opinion in our bloggers. People normally have their own perspective and thoughts, and I am quite fortunate. I never gotten any bad comments because I'm very detailed. See, I noticed this is what happened. When you do this, teka kat mana? You know, very general, you're not very specific, people get very upset. Macam, you nak share, bagilah detail. So, I dah bagi detail. It's very hard for people to comment I'm not being very detailed. The most they can comment is gambar I tak cantik. But gambar tak cantik is actually, beauty is at the eyes of beholder. You nak kata gambar I cantik, tak cantik, I just gonna ignore you. Because what I am pushing on my social media platform, photos is secondary, content is first. So I don't expect you would have the same perception of me with regards to the photo. But my hope is that my content, my description, my information helps you when you want to travel, when you want to understand that place. So if benda tu tercapai, complain lah gambar I tak cantik. I don't care. And my Instagram, it's 30% of my photo. I don't have a lot of selfies. 30% of my photo. The rest is more of that destination itself. So you can browse my Instagram. It's more about the destination. So kalau you jenis yang suka travel, you suka tengok account yang tak banyak muka sendiri, my account is the one lah. Kalau I taruh, if I were to put my face, is because lately apparently there's a few people with the same name, so people get confused which one So in order to solve the issue, nowadays I put my photo so that people know how I look. People don't just hijack my account lah. That was the only reason. Next question. I believe the Ministry of Tourism has already recognized us as Malaysia's mini ambassador when we travel abroad, so we should be one. Okay, yeah, I totally agree on this. Next question is, just curious, if you go travel and do blogging, do you include the ugly truth of the place and people? What is your audience reaction to it? Okay, I try not to burukkan negara atau tempat. That's my rule lah. If you don't like that place, because benda ni subjective. I have received this one statement before, I tak nak pergi India sebab India kotor. And I told that person, India, if you nak pergi tempat bersih, you pergi Singapore. Kalau you nak appreciate culture, heritage, architecture, then you pergi India. Singapore tak ada benda tu. So you need to know what you want, and you have to set the right expectation when you travel. You travel to India, you jangan expect Singapore punya standard. It doesn't work well. So I told people who asked me about India, you nak pergi India, you kena appreciate India. This is true story. If you want to go India, you want to appreciate India, you have to appreciate India waist up. Dari pinggang ke atas. Sebab tempat tu cantik sangat-sangat. A lot of culture, a lot of heritage, a lot of beautiful places. You jangan tengok bawah. You tengok waist down memang kotor. So kalau you tanya I, India best tak? I forever best. Sebab apa? I tak tengok waist down. I tengok waist up aja. I mean, India tu banyak. Population tu besar. Dia punya kerajaan tak boleh nak manage the whole thing. So you want to go to a country, you need to know what you want to see, what they have to offer, and you need to segmentize how to appreciate them. If you're going to cluster, you nak best bersih makanan halal semua tu, duduk kat Malaysia je lah. Susah. Next question is, hello Miss Lily. Okay, hello Miss Lily. How do you approach your travel content at the moment during the pandemic, and how do you plan on continuing to inspire your fellow travelers? Okay, currently during pandemic, what I do is, one, I have a project with Korea Tourism Organization, KTO. So currently, if you masuk my blog, it's heavy on Korea because I need to do posting for them. Second is I do post about Malaysia, but what I do is I would do listicle or I do deep dive because I banyak lagi content yang tak tulis sebab I banyak travel. So if you want to know the truth I pergi India 5 tahun dulu, I rasa ada 4 post tak tulis lagi. I pergi Iceland, I rasa 2 post tak habis, and Iceland was like 7 years ago. So kadang-kadang I tak terkejar my post sebab once I come back from another country, I have to go to another fam trip or I travel to another country. So I do have pending posts. So during the pandemic, for me, I tak ada issue. So for those, I can share tips. If you don't have content, a lot of content, travel content, what you can do is you listicle your whole content. So if let's say you've done a few posts on cafes, but you punya post tu satu. So during this pandemic, what you do is you do listicle 5 top 5 cafes in Kota Kinabalu or 10 best cafes in Ampang. You know, you listiclekan je. Basically what I'm telling you is you repurpose your content, you reposition your content, and then you re-angle your content. Benda ni semua boleh buat. It's just how creative you are. You have to understand the whole marketing strategy. Okay? Okay, that's all. Any other question? Yeah, that's all. Iqbal, are you on mute?
Okay. We hope that all you still on touch with us because the program is about to get more exciting. I would like to remind that we will still have our games and lucky draw, and actually I want to you guys be participate, comments and everything to make the conversation really alive. Now move on. I would like to invite event leader for today's webinar to give a short speech to this event. It's my pleasure to call our project leader, Miss Bebela Camille.
Thank you, Michelle and Iqbal. Good morning, all. Firstly, my best regard to everyone present today. And to start with, I would like to welcome everyone and also thank you so much for giving us this marvelous opportunity and experience. It is our great honor to have you present today, Madam Silvirina Annabel Kibat, Head Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, and also to our wonderful speaker of the day, Mr. Muhammad Hasif bin Muhammad Jelani, and our beautiful Miss Lily Riani. Thank you for sharing the informative knowledge today. We can never thank both of you enough, and especially to our beloved event advisor, Sir Alvin Gatu. Thank you for the advice and guide us. And finally, to our lecturers and all our participants that present today, we appreciate all of you for showing today. And last but not least, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate our committee member who has gone out of the way to make this webinar successful despite being pressured with other tasks. Quote from Bill Jackson, "The strength of the team is each individual member, and the strength of each member is the team. Without all of you, this webinar will never be realized. And I would like to express my appreciation and gratitude to all parties involved directly and indirectly for their cooperation in making this webinar a successful one." And I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Bevela Kamilis, for presenting the short speech of the event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our event has almost reached the last agenda.
Now, we are pleased to have Sir Elvin Gatu, our beloved advisor of event management subject, to deliver the closing remark. Please welcome Sir Elvin Gatu.
Hello. Thank you, Iqbal. So, thank you, Hasif. Thank you, Miss Lily, for I believe, very insightful sharing. Can you hear my voice, everyone? Okay, all right. Okay. So, for your information, so the students are actually very looking forward to have the Gaya Travel to do the talkings, actually, the sharing. And then when Gaya Travel said they cannot make it, kan sedih tu pelajar. But we are very happy that Hasif can make it. So that one, thank you very much. And for Miss Lily, I heard lots of good things about you actually from the student. You have a sharing session with the students even before the event, and they insist to have you in the event actually. They keep saying like, Miss Lily is a very nice person, sir. So we would like to have 2 speakers. So from your sharing, it was really amazing. And for that one, I would like to thank both of the speakers today, Hasif and Miss Lily, for the insightful sharing. Yeah, I am very grateful actually. Lecturers are also very happy for the sharing, and perhaps we can work again next time, I hope, since we have the connection kan, macam yang we know each other. So next time if we would like you to become the speaker, and hopefully during that time they are physical already, kan, it would be better, I believe. Yes. So, and of course, thank you to all the lecturers, my colleagues who always supporting my event, the students' event. They always support me. So for that, I am very thankful. To all participants, thank you for joining us today. And last but not least, to my class, the committee members, tahniah and big congratulations for organizing a successful event today. 3 jam memang tidak cukup actually, but we have to make it short so that I don't want to take a lot of time, everybody's time actually. So once again, thank you, Hasif. Thank you, Lily, for the insightful sharing for today. Back to you, Iqbal.
Thank you, Sir Elvin Gatu, for delivering the closing ceremony. For your informations, we are supposedly have another question, but I have internet problem just now, and later we will update the unanswered questions and we'll give you the answer for later. Thank you.
And now I think everyone is waiting for the exciting session, and finally the wait is over. We will start with Let's Kahoot game first, followed by Lucky Draw session. Participants may use any devices mobile, laptop to play the game. Before start, allow us to disclose the rules and regulation of the game.
First, participants are required to click the link given in the chat box. Next, participants need to enter the PIN which 1674212. After entering the PIN, participants are required to insert the real name to avoid any confusion or mistake happen to trace who is the lucky winner.
Okay, so let's wait for a few minutes to allow other participants to enter the Kahoot rooms. Come on guys, do join our Kahoot game and stand a chance to win the prize. Okay, seems there's a lot of participants here. I think we can start the game now. So, let's the game begin.
Question number 1. What is the first title for today's webinar? Is it red, yellow, blue, or green? Come on guys, 5 seconds remaining.
Come on guys. The answer is blue. The impact of COVID-19 toward travel content creator.
It seems Emmeline is leading the scoreboard. Good job, Emmeline.
Okay, next question. What is the title of Miss Lily's lot? Red, yellow, blue, or green? Make your right decision, guys. The answer is yellow. The travel tourism ecosystem during pandemic. And Emmeline still leading the scoreboard.
Question number 3, true or false? The content creator is from Gaia Travel magazine. Is it true or false? So the answer is true. So let's see who is leading the scoreboard right now. Still, it's Emmeline. Congratulations, Emmeline. Good job.
Congratulations, Emmeline. Okay, the next question is, where is Gaia Travel Magazine office is located? Old Klang Road, Kuala Lumpur, Petaling Street, or Raja Cholan Road? The answer is the Old Klang Road. now, Amira's leading the scoreboard.
Next question will be multi-select questions. The question is, two ways how tourism player help to boost Malaysia tourism industry. Is it red, yellow, blue, or green? Come on guys, 5 seconds remaining. The answer is blue and yellow. Let's see who is leading the scoreboard now. It seems still Amira is leading the scoreboard. Good job, Amira.
Next question. What is Miss Lily Riani's Instagram? Red, yellow, blue, or green? Okay, the answer is the blue one. And who's leading now? Oh, still Amira. Congratulations, Amira.
Question number 7. What pandemic related to this webinar? Is it cholera, cancer, coronavirus disease, or travelolic?
Come on, guys. I think this is the easy one.
The answer is coronavirus disease. So let's see. Still Amira, but Adhai is like catching up. Congratulations to Amira.
Okay, next question. How travelers can help to boost Malaysia tourism industry? Supporting tourism players' business, more international trips, encourage adventure travel, resharing tourism costs, platform. So, what do you guys think?
Still, it's Amira on the scoreboard for the leading. Congratulations again, Amira.
Okay, now I'm taking over because Iqbal having some internet problems. So, what are the challenges travelers and tourism? Now, is it red, blue, yellow, or green? So make your wise answer, guys. So let's see. What is the answer? Come on, guys, make the wise answer. The answer is red and green. So let's see who is leading the podium right now. Is it still Amira? Wow, we have a new person. It's Emmeline. Congrats, Emmeline.
Okay, next please. How many years Mr. Hafiz has been working with Gaia Travel Magazine? Red, yellow, blue, or green? Come on, guys.
The answer is yellow, 4 years. So let's see. Wow, it's still Emmeline has leading the scoreboard. Wow, congrats, Emmeline. So we proceed to the next question, which is number 11. Who are the moderators for today's event? Is it Mr. Bean or Teddy? Muhammad Iqbal and Michelle Sandut? Miss Liana and Mr. Iqbal? Miss Lily Rani and Mr. Hasib? So what do you think, guys? Is it red? So the answer is 2, Muhammad Iqbal and Michelle Sandut. So let's see who is leading the podium. Well, it's still Emmeline leading the podium. Congrats, Emmeline.
Congratulations, Emmeline. What
So
is
now we proceed
Mr. Hashim
to the next question.
Instagram?
Is it Hasif Amshari? Mr. Hasif Gaya Travel? Hasif Travel Blogger? And Hasif Hamshari? So the answer is Hasif Hamshari. Do follow Mr. Hasif Hamshari Instagram, guys. I already follow. It has lots of good content. So let's see. Wow, it's Michelina is number 5, and still Emmeline Robot. Congrats, Emmeline. So proceed to the next question. The question 13. Korea Tourism Organization is one of the type of use case content on Sabah share in the slides. So is it true or false, guys? I think Miss Lily do mention in her previous presentation. So make the wise answer, guys. The answer is true. Wow, it's still Emmeline leading the podiums. Congrats, Emmeline.
Congratulations, Emmeline.
Now we proceed to the next question. So, how many years travel magazine has been published? Is it 22 years, 4 years, 10 years, or 16 years? So, what do you think, guys? I think Mr. Hasif do mention this earlier. The answer is 16 years. So let's see. Is it still Emmeline leading the podium? Oh, wow, we have a new person leading the podium scoreboard, which is Amira. Congrats, Amira. Okay, so let's proceed to the next question. Question 15. Miss Lily Rani is a travel blogger. So is it true or false? True or false? Come on, guys. So the answer is true. Miss Lily Rani is a travel blogger and also a freelance writer. Wow, it's still Amira leading the podium. It seems Amira and Emmeline's like fighting together to win the scoreboard. So let's see. The next question is true or false? So 3 ideal ecosystem are information sharing, information learning, and information gathering. So is it true or false? So what do you think, guys? So make the wise answer. So the answer is true. So proceed. Wow, it seems Emmeline replacing the Amira place. So next to the 17. So how many countries has Miss Lily Rani visited? So is it 44 countries, 16 countries, 45 or 36? So what do you think, guys? So the answer is 45 countries. Okay, let's proceed. Like, We see. Wow, it's still Aline. Congrats, Emeline. Wow. Okay. This webinar has 3 panels. Do you think we have 3 panels? Is it true or false? The answer is false. We only have 2 panels, guys. Mr. Hasif and Miss Liliani. Wow, it seems Emeline leading the podium, the scoreboard. Congrats, Emeline. Okay, question 19. Where is the birthplace of Mr. Hasif? Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, Kuala Lumpur, or Sabah? So what do you think, guys? Mr. Hasif, yeah, so the answer is Melaka. Mr. Hasif is from Melaka, guys. Alright. So we have the new winner, which is Nur Shazwana. Wow. At the end, guys. So this is the last question. So make sure you guys chase together. So the last question is, Liliani Travelholic brand positioning is a historical site and a hunter. So is it true or false? So what do you think? Come on, guys. So let's see. I'm so excited to know the winner. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see who is. The third winner. The third winner is Amira. Congrats, Amira. Emeline D is number 2. I think Shazwana. Congrats, no Shazwana, for winning the Kahoot game. So please be informed that our team will contact you shortly to get more details, and please inform that you are the winner maybe at the YouTube comments or at Facebook. We can trace you easily. So maybe you can put your number phone. So thank you. So now it is the time the most of us are we waiting for. So we are going to proceed our last agenda, which is Grand Lucky Draw. So for Lucky Draw, we will use Wheels of Name Generator, and we're going to see who is the winner appear on the screen, and we'll announce the winner's name. So selective winners will win the cash prizes from the organizer. So we're gonna have 5 winners for lucky draws. 5 winners, guys. So is everyone ready? So if everyone is ready, please type in the chat box. I want to see who is ready for the lucky draw. So let's see. Are you guys ready? Lucky draw session? Yes, I see some comments say ready. Yeah, I'm ready too. Come on, guys. Yeah. Alright, thank you for your response. Okay, without further ado, let's start with the first winner. So let's see who is the first winner. Oh, maybe I think. Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe we have some technical problem regarding the slide. So I'm sorry. We wait shortly. We'll get to you back later. Alright, I'm so sorry guys for the technical problem. Okay. So Iqbal, are you there, Iqbal?
Yes, I know, I'm here.
Iqbal, are you there?
Yes. Yes, I know.
Okay, so I think you can proceed with the first. Yes, you can proceed the first winner. Take the lead, Iqbal.
All right, I know.
Okay, so let's see.
proceed. So the first winner is Fatin Atifa binti Rojumin. Congratulations, Fatin.
Congratulations, Fatin Atifa binti Rojumin. Wow. Okay, so right now we're gonna move to the next winner. Okay, let's see. Let's see who is the second winner of the Grand Lucky Draw. Nur Rahman Nasira binti Hariban. Congrats, Nur Rahman Nasira binti Hariban.
Wow, okay, we continue to the third one. The third winner. The third winner is Nurdamia Usna binti Sarifuddin. Congratulations, Nurdamia.
Congratulations. Okay, so let's see. We still have two more winners. So let's see together with what winner is. Jacqueline Laura Nostabila binti Jasli. Congrats, Jacqueline.
We only have one more winner. So, who is the last lucky winner for Grand Lucky Draw? So, are you ready, Ainul?
Yes, I'm ready, Iqbal. So are you ready, Iqbal?
Alright.
Yeah. So let's see.
The lucky winner goes to Hafizatul Tazwani binti Muhammad.
Hafizatul
Congratulations.
Tazwani binti Muhammad. Wow. Congratulations. Alright. Congratulations to all the winners. And please be informed that our team will contact you shortly to get more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to ask for your kind cooperation to turn on your camera for a picture session. I will now pass to the multimedia team to take over.
Alright, hi everyone. So can I have a beautiful smile from everyone? Okay, so you can get ready, fixing your hair, fixing your clothes and smiling. So are you ready? Alright. Alright. Okay. Wait a minute. Alright. Okay, so can everyone who is available can print screen? Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Alright. Another one. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay, the last one, guys. The last one. Okay, make a beautiful smile. So 1, 2, 3. Alright. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Alright. Thank you so much, guys, for your kind cooperation.
Thank you so much to all of your kind cooperations.
Iqbal, your mic. Again, thank you to all the honorable speakers, Mr. Muhammad Hasif and Ms. Lily Riani, for sharing the information and knowledge regarding to the impact of COVID-19 towards travel content creator and travel ecosystem. So, that all our participants managed to grab the information that had been shared by our speaker just now. And we also would like to extend our gratitude to the guests of honor, Madam Sabrina Annabel Kibat, Head Faculty of Hotel and Tourism Management, our beloved advisor, Sir Edwin Gatu, lecturers, for the endless support, and to all the audience as well for spending some time to join our webinar. We truly appreciate your attendance to this event. We hope that the agendas we provided for this webinar will prove beneficial to everyone. Last but not least, thank you to our committee members for the great effort and massive contribution in conducting this event.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as saying goes to, every beginning there is an ending. I hope you have enjoyed yourself and gained new knowledge regarding the travel content creator and travel ecosystem and how it has been affected during this COVID-19 pandemic throughout the webinar. However, before leaving this event, a little reminder to everyone each is do not forget to fill up the feedback form by clicking the feedback form that is posted on the chat box of our Facebook and YouTube in order for you to be able to receive e-certificate. So, thank you again and enjoy the rest of your day.
Goodbye everyone and have a nice day ahead.
Goodbye and Assalamualaikum.
Goodbye.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you everyone for attending our webinar. We do hope you will enjoy.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Stay safe.